Good morning, lovely people. Um, Thank you for all your comments yesterday. I got lots of people kind of messaging me and stuff like that. Just to answer a couple, no, I'm not revealing my bald head. Second of all, I will try and wear a different hat every day. What do you think? And while we're on shallow, superficial things, what do you think about my shirts? Oh, yes. But, the trickiest comments I found were the compliments. I just find them quite tricky sometimes, receiving compliments. And I know I'm not alone in that because I know lots of people who get, when I give them compliments, they kind of look a bit embarrassed or shy, or they try and bat it back, or they say it's nothing. We find compliments really, really difficult. And it got me thinking for today, why? Why do we find compliments so tricky? I know a lot of you aren't going to believe this, but when I was about 16, I was quite a shy, quite a shy teenager in some ways. And when I started my A levels, I had this inspirational teacher who was really encouraging, but kind of did it in a non weird way, if that makes sense. And she just kind of quietly encouraged me, and I got came a bit more out of my shell in class and all that sort of stuff. And it kind of she really grew my self esteem. So that when I came to the end of A levels, and then you had to go in August, and you'd open a little envelope to see your results, and I was happy with what I'd got, and the teacher was there, and I thought, I really need to say a thank you. I really need to say, like, you went beyond a call of duty, and you really helped my self-esteem. I felt better about myself, and just a massive thank you. And I couldn't really do it. I can't remember exactly what I did. I think I probably shuffled past her, looking down at the floor, and mumbled a thank you which no one would hear. And I remember going and feeling really, really guilty, thinking, I wish I'd done a proper thank you. But I didn't. And I went off to university, and I didn't see that teacher again for 26 years until last summer. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But it got me thinking, why do we find it so difficult to give compliments? Why is that? So I went on a website, some psychology website, and it listed a few things. I've got them here now. A few things why we find it so difficult to give out compliments. And the first is it can trigger our insecurities. So we'll sometimes say to someone, oh, I really like how you did whatever. And then we go, oh, I could never do that. Or someone might say, people do say, I love your hat and shirt, Wes. And then they look at their own hat and shirt and think, oh, or whatever. But you get the idea that we give a compliment and then we feel, I wish we could be like that. The second one is they can make us really, really vulnerable. I don't know if you've ever had that before, where you've given someone a compliment and they bat it back as if, what do you know? So we feel how's my compliment going to be received? Okay, and we get really tricky. We think, oh, I don't really want to give that, etc. The other one, I think we've all had this before, is we worry that compliments will come across as creepy, or they'll come across as manipulative. So someone say, oh, I really like this, and you think, oh my goodness, what's their agenda? Why are they thinking that? Or if you're younger, do they fancy me? What's that about? And we're kind of worried about giving a compliment in case we come across as weird. But I think one of the biggest ones is we don't see the need. And this is a really big one. We don't realise that other people need compliments. We think they don't need them. We realise we need them in some way or other, but not other people, not others. And perhaps that's because we struggle with compliments ourselves, that we don't give them out. And I just want to say today, compliments are important. Irrespective of our age or how successful, whatever that looks like, we come across, or our personality, or how confident we come across, we all need compliments. We all need compliments. And as a Christian, I'm trying to follow Jesus' teaching. I'm trying to follow God's teaching, which I read in the Bible. And I come across this little verse in Proverbs 12, verse 25. I'm going to read it NLT. It says, worry weighs a person down. An encouraging word cheers a person up. That's simple. But also, the second commandment, Jesus says is to love your neighbour as yourself. And of course, we're going into tough times at the moment, aren't we? It's making a comeback. Carried away then. And I believe that, all of us are being challenged that, are we going to be part of the problem? Or are we going to be part of the solution? Are we going to be salt and light in some way? And a simple way is by giving compliments. The Bible says give compliments and they cheer people up. So 26 years later, I went back home to see my mum and dad live in North Wales. And I went down to their local shop that's not changed since time began. It's exactly the same. And I went in, and there's an older woman shuffling along down one of the aisles. And I suddenly realise it's this teacher. And I had a decision to make last summer. Do I go up to her and say the effect she had on my life? Or do I do the same thing again and walk out? And statistically, the chances are I'll never see her again. And I went up to her, and it was so difficult, which is crazy. This is a woman who's had a massive effect on my life, and I'm finding it really difficult to go up to her and express how amazing she's been to me. I could feel my heart beating. But I went up to her anyway, and I said who I was, and she remembered me, which was lovely, hopefully for the right reasons, but she did remember me. And I said, I just wanted to say that you had a massive effect on my life with my self-esteem and with my confidence. And you sort of believed in me. And I just so appreciate it. I never thought when I did that, I never thought it had such an effect on her. I was just thinking about myself in one sense. And this massive smile came on her face, bigger than her face. And her eyes welled up. It obviously had a huge effect. And she just said, thank you. Like that, just said a thank you. That, her effort and belief in me kind of really affects me. 26, 27 years on. I'm just very, very grateful to her. So my challenge is today, compliment someone. Perhaps compliment someone who you don't normally. And don't just do like a vague one. Say exactly what it is about them, which you really, really appreciate it. And you could be having a huge effect on them. A huge effect. Bigger than anything you know. So that's my challenge for today. And of course the verse is, worry wears a person down. An encouraging word cheers a person up. Bless you guys.